Hi guys, my name is David and in today's video I'll be making a knife. So this style of knife. Yeah, so all I need for this is gonna be an old rasp. So let's get out from the pile where I keep all my files and my knife making. So here we have a small thing, and for this project I'll be using this file as it already has a cut off end. Instead of making a smaller knife like this size, so I'm making a knife that big, I'm going to make a knife which is that big. So yeah, this is going to be fun little project I decided to do. So the tools that we're going to need for this build are going to be an angle grinder with a cut-off wheel and a grinding wheel. So that's one. The second thing is we're going to need a belt sander. So that's going to come in handy, close to the end. And a bench grinder, which I have behind the camera here. So I'm going to show you this now. And for the finishing touches, we're going to use a few whetstones. So I have the more coarser grits. So this is somewhere around 500 to 1000, and this is 5000 grit to sharpen a knife. You know, like you would expect a razor to be sharpened. So yes. And then for the safety, we're going to have to need a pair of gloves. File heats up quite fast, so yeah, we're going to need that. And we're going to need some type of eye protection. So I got these glasses, and to protect you from inhaling all the steel that has gone up into the air, I'm going to use a respirator. And just for air protection, as all of this is going to be quite loud, I got these air protectors, whatever you call them. So yeah, let's get over to the build. So guys, here I have it clamped, ready for grinding. So yeah, I'm going to put the goggles on, and I'll show you a small video of the grinding, and then I'll turn the camera off to save the battery. So guys, this is more or less how I want it to be, and these are the teeth that I was talking about earlier. So yeah, I'm going to grind all of this. So from the tip is already done, all the way down to the bottom. So I'm going to finish off that, and I'll be back soon. So guys, here we have it. The teeth are taken away. I forgot to mention, when you're doing a knife this style, it heats up quite fast. So in order to keep the steel hardened throughout all of your build, you're going to have to dunk it in water a few times. So whenever it gets hot to the touch, for example now, the steam is coming off where I dunked it in water, so yeah, you're going to do that more often. Anyways, now I'm going to turn it over, so the blades are going to be this way, and I'm going to profile the handle, so this is going to be more comfortable to hold, because now it's just like holding a piece of steel. So yeah, so I'm going to profile the handle because of the thickness. It's slightly thicker than the other knife that I made. I'm just going to clamp it in. I'm going to update you when the handle is profiled. So guys, now that I have done the handle, I took a drill bit, which is the same size as a steel here, and the drill bit size is 7.5. So I scraped the line along the blade length, and now all I am going to do is put this back in here, in the bench vise, and grind it so it almost goes to the line. And I'm going to go onto the bench grinder here and finish it off. So I'll do one side, and then I'll show you how it looks. So guys, this took me just under an hour to do this blade. So in this time I had to cool down my angle grinder here 3 times with the forge blower, like to speed the process up. And whilst I was waiting for that to cool, I was using the bench grinder over there. So anyways, here we have the finished product. So here we have half of the knife complete. That took way longer than I expected it would. So time for the second side, and then after that I'll show you the rest. So I'll see you guys in the next hour. So guys, well, this time it went much faster. It's been only half an hour to complete the blade. And it's not fully done. There's still like, I don't know, a millimeter left. So this millimeter I'm going to do with the belt sander here on a, what was it, 40 grit paper. Yeah, that'll take somewhere around 10 minutes, let's say. 10-15 minutes just to finish the blade and just smooth out the corners all the way around. So prepare it for sharpening with the whetstone. So far so good. I'll set up the bolt grinder here in the bench vise. And I'm going to show you how the setup looks like. So guys, here we go. Just put the handle in the vise and set it. So all I have to do is flip the switch over here. And it turns on. So sooner or later I'm going to have to make a jig to hold this, or make my own bolt sander, as this will make the work much easier. So all I'll do is turn the bench grinder on, grind this down. I finished grinding, so I got this really nice finish, as you can see, all over the knife. Yeah, finished off sanding with a 40 grit flap disc. So finished off with that one, and it gave me this really nice finish, as you can see. So now it's time for the whetstones. So the whetstones, unfortunately I don't have a holder, so I'll just use the vise. I'll set up the stones, but this time I'll only set up the 5000 grit stone, so the smaller one, because I have a feeling that this is almost done. So yeah, I'll set up the stone, and I'll be right back to show you how I sharpen the knives. Here I have a whetstone set up. So basically what I'm going to do is rinse it a bit, and then take my blade, move it at the diagonal bit like this all the time until it sharpens into a more like razor blade. So I've been at this knife for maybe 2 hours, 3 hours already. Quite time consuming, but the results, I promise you, are great, brilliant, to be honest with you. So what do you do to sharpen on a whetstone? You just move it like this till you get a razor blade. So I'll do that on both sides, not to waste your time. And then I'll be back to show you the rest of the video. So guys, these are the two knives that I made over the course of, let's say, 6 hours. 3 hours each. Well, this one took maybe, let's see, 2.5, and this one took 3.5. So it levels out. So here's the size difference from the beginning to the, there we go, from the beginning to the end, and now back to back. So there is some difference, 7 centimeters more or less. So now time for the cut test against this piece of hazelnut. First of all, we start with a small knife. So it cuts quite nicely, little finer strips. Well, it makes a huge mess on the floor. So yeah, that's this one. And now it's time for the big one that I made in today's video. Still quite sharp. So for example, if you need a fire starter, you just make some chips and then you can like start it up the fire, you know. So anyways, this concludes the build of this knife. Yeah, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next video. Bye.